Sorry we couldn't get to the 8 principles of communication, but I wanted to go ahead and kind of discuss these. Principle number 1 is that we cannot not communicate. We are always communicating. Just because we're not speaking to someone doesn't mean that non-verbally we're not sending them signals. So you've been in the classroom, you've watched people in your classes, you've talked to people, and they're making a funny face. And you're thinking, what did I say? What's going on? Someone looks you up and down and you're thinking, am I color coordinated? What is going on? So we are always communicating. The second principle is that interpersonal communication is irreversible. So what's been said has been said, and that's what it is. That's why one of the competence of communication is that you are an effective communicator. That you know this going in, that it can't be changed or reversed. So you've got to think about it from a different perspective. How can you relate what you want to say to someone else? Interpersonal communication involves ethical choices. So you have to think about, is this right? Is this not right? Just kind of like how you live your life, the same thing with interpersonal. People construct meanings in interpersonal communication, and that's really a big one. When we get into that perception chapter, it's really going to come down to that. People make up their own meanings sometimes. You may not mean that, but they see it that way. It especially happens with the social media or anytime that we use email, computer, mediated communication, anything like that. People will have their own meanings. You may say, I'm fine, everything's fine, but the way that you're standing and the tone of your voice is going to suggest something else. So that other person you're saying that to is going to automatically be like, she's not okay. She's not okay at all. Metacommunication affects meaning. And it's communication about communication. And it affects the meaning that you're looking and that you're striving for. Interpersonal communication develops and sustains relationships. The way that you internalize and the way that you communicate can help build your relationships, and they can keep your relationships intact as well. Interpersonal communication is not a be-all, end-all of solving the problems. And we have to remember that this is not always going to save a relationship. So we need to remember that. And that interpersonal communication effectiveness can be learned. And that you're taking the right step in studying in this course is knowing how to communicate with one another. Thanks so much for a great night. I just wanted to briefly go over those, and I will post other videos and other chapters throughout the week. Thanks, and have a good one.